dear students, faculty, and friends of the Westside Waldorf School. Tonight's play is called Magnifico. In grade 7, we study a period of history called the Renaissance. It is a French word that means rebirth or rediscovery. And it's a time in European history where people rediscovered the wisdom and knowledge from long, long ago in the Greek, Roman, and other cultures in the world. Our play takes place in what today is known as Italy, in a region called Tuscany and near a famous city called Florence. The ruler of this city is named Lorenzo de' Medici. His nickname is Il Magnifico, or the Magnificent One. He is a powerful ruler, and this ruler came to power not from being of royal blood, but from business and financial wisdom and knowledge. He owned a series of banks throughout Europe. They would lend money to popes and kings, so they had great power. Now, the play takes place outside in the winter estate called Villa Careggi. Different people are invited this evening. The year is 1491, 1 year before Columbus set sail on his famous voyage of discovery. The month is November, and the day is the 7th. It's a Friday. It happens to be the birthday of Plato, one of the great Greek philosophers. Il Magnifico, with his money, is a patron of the arts, sciences. He gives money to monasteries, politicians, philosophers, and all sorts of things to make the culture of Florence one of the greatest in the world at its time. So much so that it would influence European history for decades and centuries to come. Now, 2 more things. The Florentines loved to celebrate, and they would have a season of carnivals, festivals called carnivals, to ease their worries and their cares. They would put on masks, costumes, they would parade around, they would eat, feast, they would have wrestling contests, chess games, and party deep into the wee hours. The last part of this story deals with the women of the time. In this time, about 500 years ago, women were second-class citizens. At the whim of their husbands and fathers, they could be married off to whomever the father decided would enhance their business interests or empire interests. So they did not have a lot of say in the matter. And you can imagine today, women have a lot of say in the matter. This play is a drama, but it's also a comedy. So I invite you to laugh. I invite you to cry. I invite you to clap along to the music and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Will someone please get the door? It's Master Isaac, Signora. Ciao, Isaac.
Ciao, Madonna. Ciao, Geneva.
Ciao, Maestro.
Grazie.
Scusi, I must save our dinner from a sure catastrophe. Seems our new chef is displaying less than mastery of fish and artichokes and triple fettuccine. He doesn't know the son from a scallopini.
Ciao, Maestro.
Ciao, Madalena.
Oh, Master Isaac, our dear teacher.
My, how you have grown.
I see you still know how to make yourself feel right at home.
It's good to see you, Madalena. I hope you're well. Have you been practicing your lessons?
Yes, I know them well.
Very funny. It is so good to be back in the home of Medici, where I enjoyed your patronage and hospitality. I am so grateful for the life that you have given me, because without you I would perish in obscurity. And as an artistic composer, I have learned my role is to discover unknown lands within my very soul. And with your father was the patron as erecting us, we'll celebrate the love of life that is not happiness. So, Madalena, are you happy?
I wish I could say so, teacher, but I cannot lie to you. My family runs the most successful banks in Europe now, and I've been sold off like a prize and fat Medici cow. So I care to find a husband
Who's respected,
but he's a drunken gambler.
and he's well connected.
We aren't the wealthiest of families, so we're never rash. We don't just sit around the house collecting piles of cash. When we spot talent, then we give a grand percentage on. And when we are just so wise, you should our vision.
Madalena, you have a very important role to play in this important time and place. Echoes of laughter, carnival songs, they dance in the air. An age of discovery and songs for those who will live. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico. Like father, like daughter.
Oh, Maestro, I miss our discussions and basking in the light of ideas.
Then you've come here on the perfect night for the celebration.
I'm not invited.
Will someone please get the door? Oh, never mind. I'm right here. What is there? I discovered a miracle Vespucci, our clerk. Did you find your way easily?
I am very good at navigation. I outfit sailing ships as they prepare to set to sea. The sailors' tales of distant places always interest me. Their challenges and bravery and sacrifices bring to us new ideas in food and soap and spices. The shipping routes have become vital to the trade that's free and have created opportunities for men like me. With secrets from inside old dusty maps with pages curled, I wish to sail to find the new lands in the western world.
Okay, I'm right here.
Buonasera. Is your Padrona? Oh, I'm sorry, Madonna.
I see how you might overlook my great nobility and see me only from my homemaker ability. I manage several households worth of trivialities, so that my husband's free to speak with liberalities.
Are these musicians from our Tuscany who sound sublime?
Who sadly was my daughter, who's been here since harvest time. And while with me here, she's been sold up like a fatted cow. She could be worth her husband and her family by now.
Oh, Mama.
Madalena, you must tend to your duties.
Echoes of laughter, carnival songs, they dance in the air. An age of discovery and renaissance for those who will dare. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico. It's Magnifico.
And you are?
Niccolo Machiavelli.
Fine servants of Florence, your family.
Thank you, Madonna. Again, I am sorry. I did not recognize you.
Things are more casual here in the country.
I am so honored to be here on this wondrous occasion. Il Magnifico invited me himself. What a leader! He and his family have rescued us from the Dark Ages. When the Crusaders brought free trade across the global scene, they sent back scholars living in the land of Byzantine, with precious knowledge and the wisdom found in Greece and Rome, to scatter wide across the land so they may find a home. Your grandpa Cosimo had agents save the precious books from long forgotten musty boxes, shelves, and dusty nooks. But not to bargain or to hoard or even to accrue, he brought this ancient wisdom full
under his wing. Michelangelo Buonarroti.
When did you meet El Magnifico?
When I was 15,
How old are you now?
16.
I was in the garden of his art school. He said the old ram I was sculpting wouldn't have a full set of teeth. So that evening I hacked off his tooth.
Lorenzo's?
No, the sculpture. And he laughed and laughed. So then he brought me to his home and family table too, where I learned and farm as best as I am able to. Amidst the parties and debates and city business, the bright Colossus was like every day is Christmas. Perhaps the reason for his spontaneous notoriety is he discusses things with people of variety. The scholars come from every discipline, from everywhere. He's like the glue that binds the great book of the every share. Machino's Lorenzo's teacher, and mine too.
So rightly do we honor our Lorenzo. I can attribute his achievements as our head of state to his enthusiasm for his learning and debate. His words will challenge us to be the best at what we do, to create works that are most beautiful and good and true. He has brought peace to all our borders and prosperity, so that our citizens can live in love and charity, and happily pursue the things that give them pleasure. Our country's fruitful and our city is a pleasure.
A toast to the Medici and their continued assured success.
Echoes of laughter, carnival songs, they dance in the air. An age of discovery and renaissance for those who will dare. It's Magnifico. 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 Honor.
Speaking of our fruitful country gardens, here's a gardener now. Welcome, friends. But where's Lorenzo, our host?
He's here, El Magnifico, in the flesh.
I hope you're not disappointed and that I don't smell too much of manure. The roses needed pruning. Welcome to Villa Carigi, where we enjoy discussion and much food and wine, from which unfold inspired visions for humanity. The flower and Florence, our great city, the flower of the world.
We're honored to be here, senor.
Amidst our rose trees, under the stars, as Florence sleeps, we celebrate the man who started it all. 1972.
73.
73 years ago, today, our beloved philosopher Plato was born. We honor him by assembling his academy this very night, as it has been throughout the ages.
Happy birthday to Plato. May his spirit and House Medici live on forever and ever.
Echoes of laughter, carnival songs, they dance in the air. An age of discovery and renaissance for those who will dare. It's Magnifico. 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 Honor the old and bring in the new. That's what we were born to do. Polish the gold to sparkle anew. The beautiful, the good, the true. We are guided by the light. Don't you know Magnifico through the darkest night? Don't you know Magnifico reaching out to the stars? Magnifico, so to make heaven ours. Magnifico, lifting humanity. Magnifico, to create balance and harmony. Harmony, harmony, harmony. Is Magnifico. It was also his death day.
What?
November 7th was Plato's birthday and his death day, 80 years later.
We've all got to go sometime.
I now bring the Platonic Academy to order, to bring philosophy and service to our world. No topic is off limits.
While at times our discussions are passionate, we respect each other and seek to add new perspectives. Some of the old ways are fine as they are.
Father, why can't I be included in these conversations? I'm educated. I have a lot to contribute.
Madalena, as a child you enjoyed banging your head against the wall. It never seemed to harm you, so we let it continue. But it's not productive for anything but getting a headache. Perhaps someday women will be invited to the conversation.
But when?
Perhaps sooner than you think.
It's not fair.
You're telling me what isn't fair?
I'm glad to be spared your pagan notions. My children have heard way too many of your wild ideas already.
But Madonna, the views of Plato are not that different than your Christ's, or any religion of love.
That's heresy.
No, Clarice. You see, in the beginning was love. All things made by a loving creator. This message of love has been spread throughout the Roman Empire. Miraculously, the Roman emperors wanted a kingdom of power, but without knowing it, they paved the way for a kingdom of love. And Clarice, I think this is rather poetic. In Latin, the name Roma backwards is amor, love. So the key to solving all our problems is to learn to love one another, even those difficult to love. To learn to love all creation, all people, and all religions.
Heresy! This is the last time.
What is it, Madonna? El Magnifico invited me.
Cassandra Fideli, thank you for joining us. Did you come from Venice?
Yes, El Magnifico.
Please call me Lorenzo. A friend wrote a glowing letter about your work.
With all due respect, Signora Fideli. Papa, you won't let me join the discussion.
Cassandra is a scholar. Besides, I didn't know you'd still be here.
No woman should express her views or her public in public.
Plato suggested that our souls know no gender.
He also believed women to be the weaker sex.
Well, no one's perfect.
Women must be inferior, because the philosophers we revere are all men. That's why women are divided into our academy.
Make us proud.
Unfortunately, many still believe that lie.
Women have been assigned every quality of cowardice, weakness, irrationality.
I know that.
The Greeks failed to recognize that there were many equally wise and learned women in the Greek and Roman antiquity, and there still are today. Clearly, that news has not reached everyone.
Let us acknowledge our gratitude for all scholars, including those who work in obscurity, to whom we owe so much.
Yes. Perhaps you might consider including women in your regular discussions.
No, I don't think so.
Hannibal, you're needed in the kitchen. The chef just cut off his thumb.
Oh my goodness!
Let's begin again with what Plato said about love.
Will someone please get the door?
Who will we welcome next, Lorenzo?
I'm dying of consumption, you know. What is there? My dear God, please come in. Look who's here, Brother Savonarola.
Welcome. Thank you for accepting my invitation. We are patrons of this monastery.
Indeed. I'm curious why you honor us with your presence, since you seem so busy delivering fiery sermons all over Florence denouncing our family.
Yes, why is that, Lorenzo?
It is important to include the perspectives of those we don't agree with. Savonarola is a man of God and very popular with our citizens.
Thank you, Madonna. Please understand that I denounce those who cloak financial corruption with lavish patronage while oppressing the poor. The Medici just happen to fit that description.
What?
However, God favors the pious.
Oh, well, I have some knitting to do.
Savonarola's sermons urge us to care for our fellow man, something that is central to our discussions. Isn't that right, Ficino?
Why, yes. I'm sure we have much in common. Plato believed that love was divine. Wouldn't you agree?
As I say in my fiery sermons, love God, love your neighbor, love one another, love the common good. Then you will have true liberty.
Yeah.
Good.
But only the pious of my faith are worthy of God's love and will be spared the truly fiery furnace of eternal damnation.
Discuss.
We'll see about that.
Plato's view, the beautiful, good, and true, rescued us from the tyranny of the church fathers who claimed they are the only ones known as beautiful, good, and true. That's right. But our artistic vision tells us what is beautiful, and our moral compass tells us what is good, and our sciences tells us what is true. Heresy! I mean, no disrespect, Senor. Women have been pointing out the tyranny of the church for hundreds of years.
While I find your ideas unremarkable at best, I agree that even our Pope acts immorally. He and his cronies are corrupt and neglect the poor. There must be reform.
Yeah.
Madonna, you have far exceeded your sex.
Thank you.
However, people require moral guidance. Beauty, goodness, and truth are important.
Yeah.
They're defined by God's words, and I am his emissary.
I sense within myself the same forces of beauty, goodness, and truth within the human figures I sculpt. I perceive divine forces within me and without.
My concern is that an art free of morals will become devoid of morals. It is a slippery slope, young man.
Perhaps the only difference in perspective is what the soul has permission to interpret for itself.
Perhaps, but the arts you partake in are temptations to sin.
Art is an education for goodness. Art is an investment in the common good.
We artists are tasked to illustrate important things like philosophy, so our people will be intellectually ambitious. Raphael painted a fresco of the Greek philosophers on the wall of the Vatican, looking like fascinating men doing fascinating things.
Vanity!
It gave people an interest in philosophy. Our artists illustrate spiritual, moral truths, the importance of compassion, kindness, and serenity. Take Botticelli's painting, Primavera.
Oh, that Botticelli. He has too many cute people in his work.
I could use some assistance here.
You make
You don't have to believe in virtues to want to be like them, but because you instinctively want to be like them, you therefore aspire to be virtuous.
They also lead to dangerous temptations.
We are all creatures who love, and love is attracted first to beauty. So whatever we wish people to love, we must first make beautiful.
The path to the godly goes from temptation of outer beauty to attraction of inner beauty, then to spiritual love, to serve the noblest ambitions. The Chino calls this platonic love.
You must make things attractive to get your point across. That's the point of the Medici's work, to elevate others to our enlightened truth.
We're selling goodness, not perfume.
Art portrays the best qualities of leadership as well.
Medici art glorifies Medici, who bring nothing good to the people of Florence.
Savonarola. The Medici have brought us much good. They give aid to all. Lorenzo holds audiences in the public square every day with whoever wanted. His diplomacy has stabilized politics on our peninsula for decades. He saved us from famine. His actions bring love from our citizens and envy from our enemies, who tried to assassinate him and killed his brother Giuliano.
Perhaps I spoke harshly. You spend too much on extravagance. Your wealth should go to the poor.
I agree that the pursuit of riches can hinder one's ability to live morally, but surely there's a middle path between austerity and extravagance.
You
We
are
enjoy God's bounty while living simply and sharing with others.
You are part of a system that rewards the wealthy and penalizes the rest.
Change happens slowly, my friend. I must maintain the status quo to some degree, or there will be chaos.
You'd be better off setting fire to every one of your fancy things.
What good would that do?
If you don't give up all your worldly goods, the sword of God will lay waste all that you know.
We'll see about that too.
Change happens slowly, my friend, and I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm knitting.
Mark my words, Lorenzo, your ambition will be your downfall.
Cavolo! Sono arrabbiata! I should have died 3 years ago. You invited a pagan enchantress into our home?
I'm sorry, Madonna. I only wish to leave something on Magnifico asked me to. I will go.
Where are our manners, dear wife, friends? Me, Isabella D'Amato, the gifted astrologer. She is very knowledgeable about her science and has given me good advice. She can predict the future, hopefully better than Savonarola. Please stay a while.
I predict the most likely possibilities, Del Magnifico.
I'm not sure that astrology is a science.
Oh, but it is. Nature shows us the hand of God.
If you'll excuse me, I must go to my bedroom to have a heart attack.
She may be an attractive package, but you must know this is the devil's work.
I'm afraid of that man. The monks of this kind call us witches and burn us at the stake.
I assure you no one will be burned at the stake tonight. Please, Signora, make yourself comfortable.
But Pacino,
Yes, lad?
these are women.
An astute observation, Michelangelo.
They lack the superior minds of men. It's past your bedtime.
I think that you have heard rightly, friend. Figuratively speaking.
You have unusual gifts.
I'm differently able.
I've never heard that term before.
Of course not. It's from the future. Here are the charts you requested, Il Magnifico. As you can see, they're very favorable. It says here, Florence will flourish for many hundreds of years.
Yes!
That's good news.
That's good news. Pacino, look at these beautiful charts. Here's another one. House Medici.
The chart is not finished. It may be incorrect.
House Medici will soon sharply decline. Is this true? The stars say the end of House Medici is near?
This can't be.
Our destiny is in our hands. Things can change in an instant.
But what if they don't?
We can take action and help things turn out better.
Like what?
I don't know how, but I will try to help you. You are our kind, so
What do we agree about?
We agree about love, don't we?
Yes, I think so.
Dinner is served!
Come, friends, let's put aside our cares for now. Trouble with our bad for the digestion.
I've heard the Medici meals are delicious. Yes, the chef has put much of himself into it. The thumb has been found, and the chef will live.
Let us give thanks to the Almighty for sparing our chef, who I heard was all thumbs, so maybe he'd be better off without it. And let us give thanks to all that we have.
Yes, praise God.
Amen.
And there's spaghetti.
Hannibal, please rescue Michelangelo and ask him to join us. He loves spaghetti.
Michelangelo, how is that little pipsqueak?
He may eat us out of house and home, as I hope you all do as well. Manja!
Manja!
We're going to have a 15-minute intermission. Refreshments and lunches out in the hallway. We will start at 7:30.
Plato said that the sun, like love and goodness, makes things visible and helps them grow. In this, love is the source of truth. Refracted in our reality, creates an infinite rainbow of human experience. And then...
Oh, Ficino, how do you go on? You must say this artfully. Goodness and truth without beauty abhor. Just listen closely to hear people snore. Greeks were focused much on the tragic, missing some things that life are magic. Haven't their songs forgotten in time? Could it be that the words just don't rhyme? Why not just say things in ways that are fun? That is what we know we want.
There's nothing better than a carnival to ease your worries and your cares. Just step outside and join the carnival and feel the magic in the air and hear the sounds of music soaring. A step outside and reimagine being who and what you need to be. Celebrate our sacred song, radiating life for everyone. Fill us with your kind and loving light. Bless our hearts with wonder and delight. Let it shine in us too, so we see the beauty of all of the world.
Hearts with that truth, with that best like body. Thoughts with informing, hearts and the body. Truth, perspective, removing distortion, showing that we are divinely proportioned. Florentine architects have been advised to build what is beautiful and human-sized. As what's inside of us shapes what's around us, so is our character by what's around us.
There's nothing better than a carnival. Just grab your mask and party face. There's no replacement for a carnival, or fascination that it brings to see the hues of all creation. Let's step outside and reimagine as you shine like new for all to see. Celebrate our sacred song, radiating life for everyone. Fill us with your kind and loving light.
art, camera, play, pretty, piazzas, size, their mama, calling their cousin. In safety, the youth stay there. But when the big children prefer to stay there,
There's nothing better than a carnival to ease your worries and your cares. Just step outside and join the carnival and feel the magic in the air and hear the sounds of music soaring. Step outside and reinvention, being who and what you need to be. Celebrate your sacred son, radiating light for everyone. Fill us with your kind and loving light. Bless our hearts with wonder and delight. Let it shine in us too, so we see the beauty of all of the world.
The better we make a city for all, the less the wealthy tend to withdraw. Concentrate on their own private estates, protecting their comforts behind high walls and gates. All are invited to join in the fun. We are most unified with everyone, eating and drinking and dancing and reeling. So when we want to be neighborly feeling.
There's nothing better than a carnival. Just grab a mask and party things. There's no replacement for a carnival, or fascination that it brings to see the views of all creation. Just step outside to reinvention, as we shine like new for all to see. As we shine like new for all to see. As you shine like new for all to see. As you shine like new for all to
I still don't see the point, Senor. How will philosophy help prevent the decline of House Medici?
Oh, philosophy will help much more than that. You'll see.
I've already told you. Give your wealth to the poor and burn the rest.
don't we deserve to enjoy the abundance we work for?
The sun of God's favor does not shine on the sinful.
Does the sun shine for you, Savonarola?
Let's go to our assumptions. From your holy book to the Garden of Eden, there was a woman and a man.
Men were here first.
We're better navigators.
God told them not to eat from one tree, the tree of knowledge, of
Knowledge in the wrong hands can be dangerous.
Knowledgeable citizens are engaged citizens.
Do you think the Vandals' knowledge of weaponry was put to good use when they destroyed Rome?
I see your point.
Eve offered Adam an apple from the forbidden tree. He takes a bite and they are driven from the garden.
Eve was an evil temptress who tricked Adam into sin.
Eve tempted Adam to love, to temptation of the noblest kind, to serve the noblest ambitions.
To love her husband, to bear them children, to raise a family.
Like raising children is a noble ambition?
Of course it is.
The human body is corrupt.
What? You can't have the good and true without the beautiful. You deny the beauty of nature.
Our bodies are made by God.
Are they not deserving of our praise?
They tempt one to sin, especially you shameless women.
You say shameless like it's a bad thing.
Look, ladies, if we're going to get anywhere, we have to work together. We're sisters, remember?
as we are.
if not smarter sometimes.
What's wrong with this picture?
Like you're the only ones who are important in the world, and ignore the very presence of the women and the girls, who make up more than half of the entire population. But can't get your attention, so we stage a demonstration. The credits for our literary work goes to Anonymous, because you're so afraid that it will make us too autonomous. The history books have sent us into relative obscurity, as if our triumphs are a threat to national security. And more than that, we face, because we haven't been blamed for things that you proclaim and for the lies that you sustain. And we have been restrained and made to feel ashamed, will no longer be contained. The only proof we live may be our portraits on the walls that boast about our wealth in some forgotten dusty halls. Like our entire worth is in our jewelry, looks, and clothes. Instead of being causerie, we're taught to strike a pose. The mother of us all, who loves the beauty of the garden, did nothing that's deserving of a presidential pardon, but only tempting Adam to enjoyment of his fruits. It's all her fault that from the garden God gave them the boots. And more than that, we blame, because we have been blamed for things that you proclaim and for the lies that you sustain. And we have been restrained and made to feel ashamed, will no longer be contained. We do our best to raise our daughters to be wise and modest, and value what is in their heads and hearts as well as modest, and noble in their thoughts and words and deeds and all they do, to be what you call beautiful as well as good and true. So do not spread the lie that says we're guilty of a sin by simply being human and at ease in our own skin. 'Cause every time the story's told, the prison just enlarges. What can we do to prove that we're not guilty of the charges? And more than that, we face, because we have been blamed for things that you proclaim and for the lies that you sustain. And we have been restrained and made to feel ashamed, will no longer be contained. We are on the rises to be what we don't belong to us. We are here to say to everyone, time's up! There's work to do. And more than that, we face, because we have been blamed for things that you proclaim and for the lies that you sustain. And we have been restrained and made to feel ashamed, will no longer be contained. Will no longer be
We must allow women every opportunity as men and help them to become good leaders.
Is there something wrong with a woman wanting to take care of her family?
Not at all, my daughter. It's just for women to be blamed for being something less than pure, has sent us long beyond what we are able to endure, and alters all our values as to what is truly good. Please share your wisdom with us now, Ficino, if you would.
In the beginning was love. Perhaps we never leave the garden as long as we love, and there is no need for blame.
God gave man dominion over earth. Men are born to dominate.
Please don't go there. It's not going to end well.
We're stewards of this garden. It's our moral duty to take care for all living things. The air we breathe, the soil we till.
Yes,
Lorenzo, you're a gardener and a leader. Are these similar?
Yes, you start with an objective, then create a design to accomplish it.
The design must be cohesive, sustainable, and reflect the intelligence of nature.
You choose the plants and people most suitable for the work.
They must be a variety, creating interest and cooperation. Diversity creates a better design.
Every living thing should get a chance to grow.
Yes, all can be good neighbors and good citizens. You hold them to high standards. You help them get their needs met. You listen.
The sunflower suggests I blow them more kisses.
What gardens are you planning next, O Magnifico?
May I offer a suggestion?
Please.
The Medici can expand their influence through trade with the new lands. I've been speaking to my friend Columbus. He'll try to reach the Indies in the east by sailing west across the ocean sea.
Even the churches recognize that the earth is round.
They didn't have to. Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the earth using simple geometry over 1,500 years ago.
Yes, but Columbus pays this evidence no heed. He underestimates the distance. No ship can carry enough food and water for the long voyage. I know because I outfit them myself. I will be more successful.
I didn't know you had experience with sailing.
I don't. My knowledge is entirely theoretical.
We have so many banks. It's difficult, and we don't have the resources.
And what will you do if you find the lands?
We'll claim their riches for our patrons. We'll discover the new world.
It'll be great.
With the northeast winds at our backs, how we can sail the ocean sea. To a brand new world we will be coming to proclaim our victory. Then we'll celebrate our unknown coming and our joy for all to see. We'll be there, we'll be there. Have you forgotten there are native peoples on those lands who build
Machiavelli. Do not give in to fear.
Fear is not a plaything to toy with.
But it is so effective. Look at the Pope. He threatens everyone with the ultimate fear of eternal damnation.
Just like you do, Savonarola.
If you don't approve of the Pope's, Lorenzo, why do you want your sons to become one?
As I told you, we must install good leaders, Medici leaders.
Ah! There it is! I told you about your ambition. Putting your sons in power won't work. Everybody knows they're spoiled and undisciplined. They'll be tyrants.
Is this true?
My brothers have always gotten what they want.
You said I was too soft on them.
They haven't learned that service is not just for servants.
Maybe we can change that.
That's not gonna happen.
I have 3 sons. One not so smart who will take my place.
And fail.
And how did you know?
You don't have to be a psychic to see that. It'll sire many kings and queens of Europe.
Tell us more.
Another son is sweet.
He'll be a mid-level manager, a duke.
The other is smart.
There's your Pope.
I knew it!
But he'll be corrupt and stifle reform. But a man influenced by Savonarola will bring reform. His name is Martin Luther. You, Madalena, will raise fine children.
I will. Thank you. I will teach my children well.
Your brother's son, who you have raised, will be a pope of good character.
Of course, he's been schooling humanities more than others.
He'll commission Michelangelo to paint the Sistine Chapel ceiling? That'll never happen. Michelangelo hates to paint. He'll be a great artist. So will you. I know. What I'd really like to be is a great philosopher like Ficino.
Oh, thank you. My wish is to die here peacefully at Villa Correggi, and for my works to live on in conversations about the beautiful, the good, and the true.
That is most probable. Take heart, Sandra. Your work will live on for hundreds of years. You're one of the first feminists. I don't know that word. Again, some feature. Head up. There are difficult days ahead. But thanks to you, I know that love conquers all. You're welcome.
I warned that your ambition would be your downfall, Lorenzo.
And what of your ambition, Savonarola, to take over Florence with your fear and hatred? Do you know this is as moral a threat of those war machines of Leonardo? You love God so dearly that you leave little love left for man.
I'm disappointed by the way men behave.
So am I. I just choose to have a sense of humor about it. We're all human. If only we'd give each other the benefit of the doubt and focus on preserving what is dear to us, we'll get through these challenging times.
Everyone, come see the moon. It's very close and gaining light.
You and I aren't that different now.
You and I aren't that different either. We both have vision, but mine will be persecuted. Millions will die because our ways challenge people like you.
What else do you see?
Your words will bring suffering and death, including your own.
It's not death we should fear. It's eternal damnation.
There's no such thing. We'll never be without God or love.
Which is it?
Same thing. You're just lonely. You fear too much. Someone hurt you. Who?
She took me in her arms. It was paradise.
You will again find yourself in the arms of God.
Is that a prediction?
And a remembrance.
Now for some brandy.
I must go. I appreciate your kindness.
You are most welcome. Please consider me a friend. How long will I live?
That's up to you, oh Magnifico. Crest.
Answer me.
You may not see the next summer.
Where
On how to be a good leader?
No, on how to be a powerful leader, but at the expense of his own moral soul.
Will Savonarola take over the city?
Yes, look at his bonfire vanities. They'll burn millions of things. Art, books, musical instruments, the huge blaze. But the people and the Pope will turn against him, and he'll be publicly executed in a bonfire almost as spectacular.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
There's still so much to do, so much to share with those who come after us. I need help from my friends.
Have courage to discover new places.
And new people.
Love one another.
And love yourself.
Respect those not like you.
And discover their unique gifts.
Educate all in the beautiful, the good, and the true.
And cultivate good leaders.
Don't let children rule your home.
Or they may end up ruling the world.
Invest in artists who lift up humanity.
Celebrate the beauty of life. I know I have.
Lorenzo fueled the Renaissance for more than 30 years, but spent less money than his royal European peers. There's never lack of funding, all we need is vision on how to use our reason and our intuition. Our city has remained among the greatest in the world. Our spirits still inhabit where we sing and dance and twirl. We welcome you to join us in our celebrations there, and hope that you will always find yourself in places where echoes of laughter, carnival songs, they dance in the air. An age of discovery and renaissance for those who will dare. It's Magnifico. 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 Honor the old and bring in the new. That's what we were born to do. Polish the gold to sparkle anew. The beautiful, the good, the true. We are guided by the light. Don't you know Magnifico through the darkest night? Don't you know Magnifico reaching up to the stars? Magnifico so to make heaven rise. Magnifico lifting humanity. Magnifico to create balance and harmony. Harmony, harmony, harmony. It's Magnifico.
The parade would like to thank you all for coming. We'd like to celebrate our 7th grade class for a beautiful job. We'd like to thank Miss Jo for the production and thank our dear Ava for our costume. And finally, we have to thank our beautiful music teacher, Miss Janet McCandless.
Teacher, I have to point out that this man writes the best music in the whole world for me to play, so thank you, our composer extraordinaire, Mr. Holder.
We have to strike the set and get costumes off for you, so if you will pardon us, we have a little bit